You're black.
Well, to some people I am.
25%. A black woman. What's that feel like? Don't you hate yourself?
Yeah.
Because that's what the girl said today.
I do. Yeah, I hate myself. And I wish I was still enslaved. Life is so hard as a strong, independent black woman.
But I stand with you. I just want you to know, like, I fully stand with.
Reparation. With me.
So I don't have money on me right now.
Oh.
Do you take Venmo?
I do.
Okay,
Direct deposit,
perfect.
check.
I'll just give you my social security number.
Perfect.
I feel like that.
I can do a lot with that.
That would encompass everything.
Yeah.
And help out a lot of people.
I might open up a daycare.
Ooh, call it the Quality Leering Center, perhaps?
Yeah, we're going to leer a lot today.
Oh, right.
We leered a lot today already.
Yes, we did. And the reason why I bring all that up is because there was a girl today who's in the back of my ear chirping who said, oh my gosh, she's black. She hates herself.
Was she black or white?
She was black. It was a whole group of black girls.
Yeah.
And you were doing like man on the street interviews at Coastal Carolina University where we thought we were going to get kicked off possibly, but we didn't because the police,
They're not even really police, you guys.
public safety, the administration didn't know their own rules. They didn't know the First Amendment, but then I guess they figured it out midway through.
And then fact checked the cop.
Right. So walk us through what was happening while we were out there.
We went on campus. It was like any other day. And we had our little pro-ICE sign. And we were asking people their thoughts. ICE has been in the news a lot lately with Renee Good. And we just wanted to have productive conversations about it and talk about why we support ICE. I mean, me being a brown person, that really just surprises a lot of people. Right. And our conversation started out, very
civil.
It's very civil, a little bit uneducated on the other side, but
typical.
What are you going to do? And all of a sudden, things get a little loud because a woman literally refused to condemn rapists and murderers and human violence, in her words. She refused to condemn that. I don't really think she knows what the word condemn means, or she's just insane, one or the two. And all of a sudden, public safety comes over, one of the people that is in charge of the events, and says, you're going to have to get a form to be submitted and approved. And here it is. She was showing up very proudly, her little QR code. And I said, well, actually, this is a public campus and we're not having an event. We're just having conversation, and we happen to be filming it. And I have a sign, yes, but it's not blocking anything. We weren't even in the yard area.
Right.
We were
on
like
the
to the side of it on the sidewalk, and we weren't making people come up to us. People were walking up to us on their own and having conversation. Obviously the camera was going this is nothing, new. And I always push back in the kindest way possible before I start getting frustrated, because how are you going to tell me? I mean, I'm still a South Carolina taxpayer. How are you going to tell me that I can't walk onto a public university that my taxes pay for? And we were going back and forth, and the public safety officer decides to say, oh, this is a private campus. And I said, oh, no, it's not. And I have 2 alumni right here with me. Like, don't lie to me. Why do you have to lie? You don't like free speech. And I asked him if he knew who Charlie Kirk was, because that's the reason that we do this, right? And he first was like, oh, no. And I'm like, you haven't heard of Charlie Kirk. You weren't briefed on that with working on a college campus. And he said, well, I heard about it, but I don't know anything about him. And I'm like, well, all you need to know is that he was trying to do exactly what I'm doing. But people like you and the students that act the way that they do, they don't want us to have civil dialogue. Right. And so I have to come here and do this because he can't do it anymore. And so, they told us, we're trying to scare us, saying, well, there's a policy. Okay, well, I have the First Amendment and this is public property. Right. Like, here you go. I should have whipped it out.
You need to start carrying pocket constitutions.
But not the pocket one. I need one that's like the full declaration, like the whole scroll would be so good. And we decided to move over a little bit, even though he was like, well, you can't really go in that area because you're not a student. And this is a private event. It's like, well, what if I'm a prospective student? Yeah. Even though, of course, I'm not going to go to college. What would I do on a 4-year college campus, you guys?
This.
Well, yeah. But as far as attending, I said I was going to start a Charlie Kirk club.
Please. The way that the tables could just turn and we just run that school. Literally. I'll go back and get my master's. You get your bachelor's.
Yeah.
And then...
Let's do it. I mean,
this could be
we'll be the most hated, the most wanted on campus. And we'll just yell discrimination because I'm black. Yeah. So I have that upper hand there.
I don't know what I got going for me. I'm a white man, Christian, so.
Yeah, I don't really know. You're so privileged. You have all the rights in the world. Everyone loves you and you just get everything.
I know.
No. But yeah, and we just continued kind of moseying our way through. I got to tell the Planned Parenthood table how I felt. They had a man running the Planned Parenthood table today. And the gay
then
pride,
he, them, or he, they next to him.
Was right next to them at the gay table. Yeah. So funny that the, two men are running the gay and the abortion table. Okay. And I believe
that's not to say that men shouldn't speak out against abortion.
No,
it's
of course
just ironic
they should,
that
but it's
they
ironic.
Say that men don't have an opinion yet.
If it's a woman's right, why is a whole man running the table? And he doesn't
the
even like women, so he doesn't have to worry about abortion. It's like, okay, I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe he's on the hormones. But I told him, abortion is murder. You care about black people? That's what I always ask him. And he's like, well, yeah. And I said, 400,000 black people are murdered every single year in the womb in America. And you guys are a big part of that. Well, I care about a woman. And I'm like, okay, so what about the woman, the little woman inside of the woman's body? That's a fetus. They always think they got me with that. When I said, what does fetus mean in Latin? He said, what are you, Charlie Kirk? He's been watching his videos. And I was like, well, no. Why do you bring Charlie Kirk into this? Isn't that interesting? I said, so fetus translates to offspring or baby human. Right. in Latin.
Yeah.
So, why are you speaking Latin when we're in America? And then of course the savior, coordinator comes over. She worked for the school. They've already made it clear that they don't want to have a conversation with you. And I said, well, okay, well, I never even addressed you, ma'am. I don't know why you're over here.
They always just come out of nowhere. The white saviors.
They do.
Just come out of nowhere.
Except this one looked indigenous. Do I sound progressive when I say that?
I mean, you might get canceled for that.
Maybe.
Okay, I want to go back to the woman that kind of started all of this like trouble on campus because she was the rugby player, the club rugby woman, and she was the one who wouldn't condemn the rapist. But she did condemn rapists. She condemned white rapists. But she would not condemn illegal rapists who raped and murdered these women.
Right. The argument today, which came up multiple times, it was, well, what about the American rapists? And it's like, the whole point is that you guys I'm against rape in all forms, obviously, but you guys are supportive of people not only entering the country illegally, but then after they rape and murder and commit fraud, you still don't want to deport them because you think it's racist or it's not fair. They didn't get opportunities. Okay, so I didn't get the same opportunities, so that means I just go get to commit crime?
Right.
That's the world we're living in. Like, the bar is so low.
The thing that I don't understand is these people talk about, like, well, what if the peaceful illegal immigrants, they're still here illegally. Their first act of coming to this country was committing a crime. They came here illegally.
Bad start.
And then the one girl's like, who are you to say that they're illegal? I'm like, our law, the law that we're passed, that you just can't come over
the border in the middle of the night or on a ship and like
go try that in China or Russia or Poland. You're gonna get shot.
You'll be shot
North Korea.
immediately.
I think we have like one of the most relaxed immigration policies. I'm for merit immigration. Like, I think we should look at these people and have a list of like what they're going to contribute to our country before we let them in. But also, like, what about all the people who are trying to do it the right way currently, who are waiting in years and years to get their papers, and they don't care about them. They support the ones who just hop the border and then come over and murder every American.
I don't get it. And I said, what if this was your sister or your niece or your daughter? I mean, these kids aren't old enough to have kids yet, but would you seriously still support these people being in the country? I would want them as far away as possible.
Right.
Alligator Alcatraz would be a great place for these people, but not on the island in the waters. But it's sickening because, it's talk about put yourself in this person's shoes. They had to escape their country.
Toxic
put
empathy.
yourself in the shoes of 12-year-old Jocelyn's parents. She was brutally raped and murdered.
Put yourself in Jocelyn's shoes.
Right. We couldn't even imagine, right? And I hope that, nobody ever has to. But it's just the abuse that these women went through. I mean, Lake and Riley, Dems have nothing to say about her.
Yeah. They don't have anything to say about any of the victims.
No.
And what's funny is this Renee Good, she's causing like protests all over the country. I thought we were going to see riot season kick off.
She's white, so no riots.
Good point. Very good point. But she's not a victim in this. She was an agitator. She was obstructing a federal operation. And what's crazy to me is they celebrate these people. Yet when Charlie Kirk was brutally assassinated for the entire world to see, what did we get? We got what they say that shouldn't be done is thoughts and prayers.
Right. I'm tired of all the
a little ex-post.
She had a family. She had kids. She was married. Oh, really? Charlie Kirk had a family.
Right.
Charlie Kirk was a father, a loving and devoted father at that. Not a, woman who divorced her husband and then turned lesbian out of anger. I mean, it's so funny that the media was using these semi-normal photos of her, like her pregnancy photos when she still looked like a female, and not the scary photos of how she looks like now, which was a dehydrated lesbian. I mean, it just goes to show that it's a disaster. They're making her out to be like some hero.
Yeah.
Renee Good died tragically.
Yeah.
And she left behind her family. I mean, her kids are going to have to grow up without a mother. That's tragic. But another thing is that they're making her out to be some, hero.
It's George Floyd 2.0.
Right. Except hopefully doesn't get that bad.
He couldn't breathe and she couldn't break.
No. But she died for nothing.
Yeah.
She didn't change policy. She didn't get bad people out of office. She didn't pass some law that helps people have a better life. She didn't save anyone. She died at the hands of this ignorant mindset that the liberals have pushed through the media.
Yeah.
And it's ingrained in so many of these young kids that we talk to today, which are almost basically the same age as us, which is scary because I think of them as just so little because they're just so disconnected from the real world.
I felt old today. I just want to shake them and be like, what is wrong with you?
It's like, you just need to live off campus for a little bit,
right,
and be away from all of these professors and this brainwashing and really see how the real world works.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these kids probably don't realize that some of the opportunities within their campus even have been obstructed because of people that either didn't have the grades to really make it into school, were admitted in the name of DEI or, it's just, it's really a shame. But I think one thing that was interesting was after we sort of walked to a different area and more people started to crowd around after seeing the sign, I had some pretty good productive conversations. And then when I offered for somebody from the anti-ICE side to come up, nobody wanted to say anything.
Yeah. They all want to chirp in the back.
They want to chirp.
And then they never want to confront you.
They don't want to take the heat.
Yeah.
It's like, if you guys think I'm doing so much wrong here, come up and tell me.
Yeah. Imagine being hated for just having conversations. But you do this a lot. We met, back in 2021, 2020.
OGs.
Here in Myrtle Beach area at the Republican Women's Club, out of all
Probably like,
places.
Coleton, would you just have something to tell us?
Men can be there as an associate. But that's our friendship start there. And we started doing Man on the Street. I think like that following week, we did one at the boardwalk. And that was my first ever Man on the Street. But you do this for a living now. Yeah. And so you had a little incident, I guess you could call it little. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's so many little incidences, but one that just,
the one that was
comes to mind is, I was brutally assaulted nearly a year ago, last April, on the streets of Harlem when interviewing on the street about abortion.
For just asking questions.
Yeah.
Walk me through, what happened. What was your, headspace at when it happened? I've been, in shock.
Well, it was a typical conversation. I mean, I was actually surprised about how much my assailant, Breonna J. Rivers, actually knew about Planned Parenthood. She was very educated on the services that that Planned Parenthood provides, other than just abortions, and knew that their main thing was abortion, and we agreed there. And she was obviously very pro-abortion, and I just started asking questions. We were talking about the 2024 to 2025, or no, 2023 to 2024 annual report. And just the fact that every single year Planned Parenthood was getting nearly $600 or $700 million of our taxpayer money, right? And they used to have a slogan where it was, we want to keep abortion safe, legal, and rare. Yeah. But every year when we read the report, which is public record, by the way, they're the 501c3, they have to tell us what they do. Every year their abortions are going up, yet these other helpful services that should be used to avoid pregnancy in the first place are going down. Right. They don't do adoption referrals like they pretend that they do. I think it's every well, I don't know the statistic, but you can put it up here. I think it's around 40 something abortions. They just do one adoption referral, but it might be even less than that. And so that's just ridiculous. These people are not trying to help women avoid pregnancy. They're just trying to make money off of baby body parts.
Yeah. So you're asking her these questions, and then she gets mad because you said the exact same words that she said to you.
Yeah.
And decks you.
Yeah. She made an outlandish statement that foster care children would be better off killed than being put through foster care. And while we can both agree as pro-lifers that the foster care system needs reform, we don't kill the victims of that messed up system. But that's what pro-aborts think a lot of the time is that, well, we should just get rid of them before they even come into the world. Yeah. And it's like, wow, to say that, I mean, can you really look at somebody that was a foster care child and say that to them in their face? That's what I'd like to see happen, because that'd be insane. And didn't sound very nice coming out of my mouth, I guess. And she just decked me in the face once with her fist, the second one with her phone, caused a large gash in my left eyebrow, which I still have to fill in with eyebrow pencil every day, but it's fine. And it's like a battle scar, I like to say. And
could have been worse.
Yeah, I was bloodied. It could have been so much worse, you guys. I almost fell to the ground, but I was able to thankfully catch myself. And so I didn't hit the concrete. And I couldn't see for about 20 seconds, which was really scary, because I had wondered, did my eye fall out? Like, I don't know. It was just crazy.
Concussion.
Right. I wondered if I was really okay or if I was imagining that I was okay.
Adrenaline rush.
It was an adrenaline rush for sure. And I just kind of felt like my brain had been knocked around in my skull. And all I started thinking was, I just need to get away from this woman. And so I rushed away. And, she walked off. She was throwing her middle fingers up in the air, claiming that I attacked her with my voice. It's like, that's what these liberals think, is that words are violence, but actual violence is not. It's my body, my choice, until I decide to assault you or kill you because you piss me off.
Yeah. She wasn't no small human either. Like, she would damage me too. Probably break me in half.
She was all upper body. And you guys, like, I'm not like a super small person, but I'm a lover, not a fighter. I always say that. And so I don't know how to fight. I'm working on that. I definitely need to get some training for that. But, it's just crazy. A lot of people are like, why didn't you fight her back? And it's like, do you see this woman?
Right.
I mean, she was like two of me.
And if you did, they would find a clip of that and then make you look like the bad person.
Right. Can we imagine if it would have been the other way around? We know how the DA would have handled this. The way they handled it for me.
I wanted to ask you, so you wanted to press charges. Take us through that. Yeah,
I went to attempt to criminally charge her for this, because this was a very high level of assault and battery. Yeah. And honestly, you could argue it was a hate crime because right before she actually punched me, she was speaking negatively about Christianity, making fun of my faith. And I think that honestly, this is a spiritual battle, as we know, with the thing that happened with Charlie, what we see on campus every day, how we just see the demons manifest. When you speak things like saying Jesus is not real, Christianity is fake, it's made up, demons manifest off of your words, off of your tongue, right? And most of the time we know as sinners that it is easier most of the time to choose to sin than it's not. Yeah. And so all Satan is doing is just waiting for us to give in, right? And when you speak words like that are so powerful, you're giving yourself over to the devil. Yeah. And so the way that the DA handled this was completely... It was disgusting, and I believe that this was for political reasons why they dropped my case by missing a key filing deadline, and then doing more research into what actually happened. They appointed a district attorney who hasn't even passed a New York bar. He's not even a member of the New York bar, but he was able to be assigned to my case under a student practice rule, which is supposed to be used for only very minor offenses, not an internationally recognized assault case that was done for political reasons. I was assaulted because of my pro-life stance, not because I was saying horrible things to this woman. I was making fun of her. I mean, still that wouldn't have been a justification. But this woman did this because she simply just didn't like what I was standing for. Yeah.
Mind you, everyone, this is New York.
Yes, in Manhattan. So Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, he wins. He's continued to win again. Him and Mom Donnie are like a nightmare team. And we're going to see how that plays out. But I just want to say that what happened to me is not just a threat to conservatives, Christians, pro-lifers. It's a threat to anyone who wants to go out and use their First Amendment right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have a slightly different opinion than the mainstream and you try to go out and you're assaulted, it doesn't align with the Manhattan DA's office, you know, you're robbed, something horrible happens to you, you probably won't be protected because it doesn't fit their narrative. I mean, imagine this liberal DA actually prosecuting a pro-abort. It's not worth it for them. They don't care about law and justice.
If roles were reversed, they would put the full authority and the full book of the law against them. And you saw it throughout the Biden administration where they were attacking the Catholics. They were going after pro-lifers who were just sitting in front of an abortion clinic, preventing them from getting in. The J6ers. There's no end to their madness when it's a conservative on the other side of things. So nothing happened out of it, right? Basically.
No, except for public shame, which will continue, by the way.
For her or you?
For her.
Okay.
I will make sure that she is only ever known for this. And she wants to, you know, play the victim here and say, Savannah made me lose my job. No, you literally assaulted someone in broad daylight while a camera was recording.
That's wild.
And then you outed yourself.
Right.
What she could have done was she could have tried to deny it, but I think she thought she was going to get her 15 minutes of fame out of it. Well, she sure did, but not for the right reasons.
I love it. I think we should blast these people all the time on social media. Like, I don't want to necessarily say like make them like look harassed. No. But show the stupidity of these people.
Just let them be known for what they're so proud for. I mean, I think Jesus would have done the same thing. I mean, he'd be out in the pasture being like, these are the types of people who we need to condemn.
Well, he called people vipers. He flipped tables.
Right. And, exactly.
You know, a lot of people say, well, he was kind. Yeah, he was kind-hearted. That doesn't mean he's like nice.
I don't think everyone considered him kind. I mean, that's what led to him being
like nowadays.
murdered.
Nowadays, everyone's like, well, what would Jesus do?
If they were actually there, you know, when he was on earth, I don't think people thought he was kind.
Yeah.
They murdered him. They thought Charlie was mean, that he was so hurtful and not politically correct. It's like, you think Jesus would be politically correct?
Right.
You think he'd be worrying about that?
Right. All because you got stumped in a debate. That's why they took Charlie. So as we're wrapping up here, you were talking today with the Turning Point students, and you're saying that we have to basically carry the torch, pick up the mic and go. Why is it so important that we don't back down, that we don't go silent, and that we just keep having these conversations, especially on college campuses like this?
Right. Well, when conversation stops, tyranny begins. And if we are so afraid to even just have a conversation with people that we slightly or, you know, majorly disagree with, how are we going to ever move forward?
Yeah.
The left and the right, majority of normal Democrats, because I don't like to loop Democrats in with leftists, right? Because I feel like that's just a whole nother crazy party that's been created and sort of taken over the Democrat Party. But both of us have a goal of making a better country, but we just have very different ideas to do it, on how to do it. And so if we're not able to even talk about it, how are we going to make a difference?
Right.
Republicans are not going to 100% disappear. Democrats are never going to 100% disappear.
Yeah.
So how are we supposed to work together and move forward? That's my question. And I think that's exactly what Charlie was trying to do. And I love getting on campus. It's hard for me to get on campus in New York because so many of them are gated, you know, and private as well. But I love coming down here and being able to talk to young people. Because talking to old people is like, well, you're kind of far gone. But these people that are in college, these young kids, they have the opportunity to learn and hear a different perspective than what they're hearing in their classrooms all day from their liberal professors, and having to write their paper a certain way so that they can pass a class. And just having Turning Point on campus, it shows that, you know, you can be brave. You can stand against the crowd. And I was even encouraging one young man who, we had different opinions on ICE. He wouldn't necessarily say he was in support of Turning Point, but I said, you'll be welcomed at the Turning Point Club. Bring your ideas. I guarantee you they will be open to discussing with you. You don't have to be a Republican. You don't even have to say you're a conservative. But we have to start having conversation. I can guarantee you Planned Parenthood is not going to welcome opposing views.
Well, they turned us away very quickly.
Yeah, we didn't even get to talk for over a minute. And I would have loved to hear him break down what abortion actually is.
Right. So it sounds like we're going to be in D.C. next week.
We are.
Together.
We just found that out.
March for Life. What are you going to be doing there? Are you going to be doing Man on the Street?
I'm going to be with you doing Man on the Street. And then we're going to be March for Life influencers.
Oh.
So we're going to film a little bit in there. Maybe we'll get some cool interviews with some people. And of course, we're hoping to run into some opposition. So we'll be able to.
There's always a few nitwits there.
So that's the goal is, asking people, why do you want to kill babies?
I love it. They never have an answer. All right. So tell everyone where they can find you and follow you and support you.
Yes. So my YouTube channel is Her Patriot Voice. We just had 100K.
So
I'm going to get a plaque soon. It's so exciting. So thank you all for supporting me. Those that are watching, you already know me. I am just so grateful. And then all my other social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram is at Savannah A. Craven.
I love it. Every time I see you on social media, I'm like, I don't just know her. I'm friends with her.
Yes.
We've been through a lot.
We have.
A lot of
That's for another episode, you
guys. Savannah, thanks for being here. Thanks for everything that you do. And I guess we'll have to see each other next week.
Yep. See you next week. Thanks, guys.